أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In one of the sermon of Nahj al-Balagha, the sermon number 47, in which Imam Ali alayhi salam saying, وَكُونَا لِلظَّالِمِ خَصْمًا وَلِلْمَظْلُومِ عَوْنًا, and always be the enemy of oppressor and always be the helper of oppressed. According to this hadith, Imam alayhi salam saying that the Muslim always be the helper of a Muslim. Being a Muslim, a question usually people asking nowadays, that is, being a Muslim, what we can do our Palestinian Muslim brothers who are suffering death by the atrocities of Israel, our Muslim Palestinian brothers who are oppressed by Israel, what we can do. We know that these Palestinian brothers, they are fighting for the last several decades for the protection of Al-Aqsa Mosque. It is the duty of every Muslim, but on behalf of all Muslim Ummah, they are fighting for the protection of Al-Aqsa Mosque. They are showing their resistance in front of Israeli regime for their land, the land of the prophets. So being a human, being a Muslim, what we can do for our Muslim brothers. I'm going to just mention 5 points through which we can help our Muslim Palestinian brothers if we want to do something for them. The first point that we can do for our Muslim Palestinian brothers, there is a dua, a prayer. We must have to establish a special prayer for our Muslim Palestinian brothers who are suffering deaths by the atrocities of Israel. We must have to do a dua for their victory, for their hope, for their patience, and for their protection. Because it is our belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, Ad'uni astajib lakum, if we will do a dua, Allah saying, call upon me, I will give the answer of your call. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, Ad-du'a'u silahul mu'min. The dua, the prayer, is the weapon of a believer. So being a Muslim and a believer, we must have to use this weapon for the protection, for the victory, and for the safety of our Muslim Palestinian brothers. The second point that we can do, there is separation of awareness on social media platforms. We must have to aware all people through social media platforms, whatever maybe that you have, maybe the WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We must have to aware what the wrong and what the violation had done by the Israel on Palestinian Muslims. The violations of international law, the violations of human rights. I mean, we must have to show the real face of Israel to the world. The third point that we can do for our Muslim Palestinian brothers, that is, we must have to hold a peaceful protest in our cities, in our countries. We must have to hold a peaceful protest. I mean, we must have to be the voice of our Muslim Palestinian brothers who are oppressed by Israeli regime. The fourth point that we can do for our Muslim Palestinian brothers, that is, all the Muslims throughout the world should boycott all Israeli product. Honestly, if we do it, it will affect their economy and they will learn a good lesson from Muslims. So we must have to boycott all Israeli products. The fifth point that we can do for our Muslim Palestinian brothers, that is donate a percentage of your monthly income as much as you could do as a charity. So by donation you can help our Muslim Palestinian brothers who are suffering deaths by the atrocities of Israel. So I hope if we act upon all of these 5 points, it will be a big help for our Muslim Palestinian brothers. Thank you, Jazakallah.